All right, Shalawam. First and foremost, we want to start by giving all praises to
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
bahasham,
bahasham,
Yahawashi,
Yahawashi, bahasham,
qadash.
qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all sincere ahchyam, enduring afflictions, making the call on election sure. It's Brother Kabar,
Mr. Brother Yitazaka.
and we just back with another one. This one, I think we're going to call it, Do I Know Enough to Teach? Because, particular brothers who are just coming in this thing, they might be unsure. They might feel like they might need to learn a little bit more, get a little bit more knowledge, wisdom before they go out there. So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bahawar qadash, barak, ahtham, to all sincere listeners who may hear this. So, just to kick it off, this is St. Matthew 22 and 9. You know what? Let me just start at verse 8. This is our Lord Yahawashi speaking. It says, Then saith he to his servants, all right, this is, in the parable. I could start off in the, really, you could read verse 1 just to get Slakia, just to get the context. It says, Yahawashi answered and spake unto them again by parables and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son. All right. So this is the kingdom. All right. The kingdom of heaven is likened into a marriage. All right. So just to get that, I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. All right, it says the king. All right, it says he saith unto his servants, The wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. All right, so that's something that we want to hearken into this parable, man, because this is our Lord Yahawashi speaking. All right, he's the one that's going to bring the kingdom. He's going to come crack the clouds and he's going to deliver. All right, the elect. Okay, so you want to be part of that number. All right, you want to be worthy. Just to give verse 9, it says, Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. All right, and we just brought out in the first verse that it's in the second verse is likened into the kingdom of heaven, man. So that's the marriage, man. You wanna bid to the marriage. You had anything to add or?
No, you got it, brother.
Just to get turned, it says, So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. But that was really the point. So ultimately, if you want to get delivered out of here, man, you want to get out there on highways and byways. You want to be deemed worthy, to be delivered out of this place, man. You don't want to feel unsure. If you feel unsure to go out there on highways and byways, then that's what it is. Yahawashi is going to be unsure when it's time to deliver the elect. He's going to be like, I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? He was unsure.
Right.
Yeah. You have something, bro?
I got a quick one. It's 20. It's Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4. It says, The sluggard will not plow by reason of the clove, therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. So, ultimately, let's get his word sluggard. Sluggard. That's it's like Esau said.
Strong's H 6102. Ahchyam.
And it says lazy, pretty much sluggish, lazy, slothful. So, and that's really what you are. If you don't know enough knowledge to teach, then learn it. Get enough to teach. Scriptures speak about studying to show thyself approved, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be no damn super scholar out here, man.
Bro.
The basic understanding of the scriptures is beautiful, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. The base things of the Lord are wiser than the things of this world. So
Mm-hmm.
just to have a little bit, that's a lot, compared to the wisdom of this place. So, just to have a basic understanding of the scriptures, is good enough for you to get out there. Just give everything you got. That's what Yahawashi really requires of us.
Mm-hmm. I got one in 1 Corinthians 13.
1 Corinthians 13.
Verse 9.
All right, there you go, brother.
1 Corinthians 13 and 9, it says, For we know in part and we prophesy in part. All right, so we're not going to know everything, man. You're not gonna know like all. I mean, ultimately, you can never learn enough. But at the same time, in order to teach, if you know that you're an Israelite, all right. If you know, all right, who Esau is, all right. If you understand that this place is about to burn, all right, the lake of fire, all right. If you know about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, then you want to warn the people, man. That's the main thing. You know enough to teach, man. And if you know that much and you're not teaching, then you got blood in your hands. And I was going to get that in Ezekiel.
Kind, brother. Yep. Ezekiel 3:17.
I was going to get that in also 33. I don't know if you can start in 3 though if you want.
Your worship. Yeah, I just grabbed the 3 first. Okay.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3 in verse 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me." All right. So the fact that you were woken up into this thing, man, you were called, so you're a watchman now. You see what's going on. All right. In verse 18 it says, "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way." All right. So you see what's going on. If someone's going off, you know what I'm saying? When you first come into this thing, a lot of brothers, they're on fire. They probably out of season. As most brothers, we talk about particular things we done that wasn't necessarily, expedient. You know what I'm saying? But you want to have that fire. You know what I'm saying? You want to definitely warn people. All right, especially if it's expedient. But just to continue on, it says, "Nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand." All right, and yeah, man, this blood in your hands, man. If there's someone, you know what I'm saying? Like we brought it up before. If someone's just riding down the road, it's a dead end road. It's gonna lead to like a cliff. You know what I'm saying? If you don't stop that person and he, you know what I'm saying, he drives off the cliff, then that was your fault. You didn't stop him. You could have stopped him, man. And that's just hypothetically speaking, that's the Most High's will anyway. But verse 19 it says, "Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul." All right. So you good. At least you warned him. You told him like, hey, you need to turn around. That's a dead end. And if they continue, then now that's on them. So that was really the point. We could continue more on that. There was more, or if you. I think that was really about it on that.
Yeah,
you could get 20, but
I mean, you can. Yeah.
Verse 20 says, "Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand." You got it.
Read 21 too, Bible.
"Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also, thou hast delivered thy soul."
Yeah, so ultimately, if you give warning, to the best of your abilities, you did your job. To deliver yourself. The Heavenly Father's not gonna require that the person who you didn't warn's blood on your hands. At your hands, but if you don't warn them with everything you got, then ultimately Yahawashi gonna require their blood on at your expense. So ultimately you could deliver your soul just by giving a warning. Like that's all you got to do. Just do your part. Yahawashi gonna take care of the rest. So it ain't about trying to be the most eloquent, or the most most proficient in scriptures. That's not what we here to do. Yahawashi said he made us a watchman. Watchmen, they watch. You ain't got to be, a dog can watch. A dog, they see something coming, they go, woo, woo, woo. They go start barking. So that's. And you just from hearing that bark, you know something going on. You ain't gotta be, the dog ain't gotta damn say no extensive, right. Paragraph like, oh, they're coming, nah, you know what's up,
That's it. Come on, bro. So it's like, it really boils down to, having faith in what you do know. Do you really believe that you're an Israelite? Do you really believe that this is the end, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, that you know what I'm saying? If you don't really believe that, then you just don't have it in you to teach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then you ain't gonna get delivered. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? The knowledge, I mean, you want to be careful too. We did a video recently about why seeking knowledge. So it's very important, to continue to seek knowledge, because you don't want to be teaching someone the wrong thing. So, I definitely, I can understand people's concerns, you know what I'm saying? And even in this truth, I mean, we probably teach particular things and we have to stand corrected. We have to, sometimes put a correction video,
Right.
Of course, we want to, limit it, but, those things happen. That's part of being in this truth, man. That's why the elders who we follow, all right, a great millstone, all right, we have the 100% truth because we know, that, what I'm saying, we just men on this side, but we be coming in that particular spirit that, all right, if there's something that we learn, all right, we're gonna teach it now. You know what I'm saying? The blood's not on our hands for teaching something that we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to know. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you want to go into the breakdowns in Daniel. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get the breakdowns in Revelation, But if you don't know it, then you ain't got to teach it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not required of you to teach that, man.
Right.
If you know this place is about to burn, hey, focus on that, man. Focus on the fact that the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, are the Israelites, man. If you Negro only, then they know they not even teaching, man.
Right.
All they doing is trying to discredit the sign. So they not even teaching anyway.
Right,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying?
Right. You got a preset, bro?
Nah, you got it.
You get Sirach 3 and 28. Let me see. What is it? Let's select it. Go up a little more.
24. 23.
Yeah, 23. Yeah, the water.
This is the book of Sirach, 3rd chapter, all right, in verse 23. It says, "Be not curious in unnecessary matters."
Yeah, be not curious in unnecessary matters, cause what?
It says, "For more things are shewed unto thee that men understand."
Yeah, so more things are showed unto you than man even understand, man. So you ain't gotta be, which, like the brother was saying, you want to know the breakdowns of Daniel, Revelations. That's not, so to speak, unnecessary, because the scriptures do speak about eating the whole roll. About eating the bitter and the sweet. Pretty much eating the book, which is the whole roll, which is the whole Bible. Including from Genesis to Revelations, including the Apocrypha. But it's not necessary to go into that. Like, how many times you done seen brothers out there teaching, and they going into Tobit, the 7th chapter or something, like it's you going into we're gonna break down Bel and the Dragon from one, you know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody just in, let's go to Daniel 10 and talk about the king of the south and the queen of the south. That's not, Daniel's 70-week prophecy and stuff. Of course we're defenders of the gospel, but most men, they don't understand that, man. They don't even understand the basic of why you can't line up your hairline, man.
Bro.
That's so, more things are shown unto you than men even understand. So that little bit of you got, is wonderful, bro. So you, like the brother said, you an Israelite, Esau the devil, America's gonna be destroyed. You pretty much got the tools to get out there and teach just off that.
Bro. Just to kind of land back, just to kind of, this is Sirach 5 and 15. It says, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small." So in anything, you know what I'm saying? You want to at least know something about it. You know what I'm saying? You want to have something to say about it. Oh, yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? If someone has something to say or question, you know what to say about it. Even if it's something that's unnecessary, you can let them know that's that has nothing to do with the prophecies.
Right.
So at least you know something about it. You know what I'm saying? You could discern, all right, particular things when someone comes with something that's out of season. Something that's not according to the prophecies, particular fables. If they come in with the book of Enoch or something, you know that is not the truth. That's enough, man. You don't
Right.
have to you don't have to read the whole book to let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to know each. I believe it's in the book of
Each-
Enoch. It says Noah has laser eyes or some shit.
Oh,
Like that.
okay,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right, yeah. That's unnecessary.
Like, why would you even read that whole book
Right,
after knowing that?
right.
So now you know enough. You know, Lord willing. You know.
Yep.
Anyone who might have not known that, just know, like, book of Enoch, you don't need to learn the book of Enoch to teach. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah, you don't. You don't have to, you don't have to read, scriptures speak about that being not admonished in many books, man. Because in the scriptures, bro, that's enough for a lifetime, bro. You got people been here 60, 70 years and still don't have a proper breakdown on the Bible. Been studying, been coming up in the church since they was a young lad, and still don't have the proper understanding of the scriptures, man. Still can't teach it, right. So, that to have a little bit, that's that's good, man. A little understanding, man. Just hey, take what you got,
that's right,
and go from there, man.
I got one.
Yep.
This is Sirach 19 and 24.
I was gonna call that. Yeah, I was gonna call Allah Yahawashi. I was gonna call that. Yeah.
This is Sirach 19:24 says, "He that hath small understanding and feareth Yahawashi is better than one that hath much that have much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High."
So that show you right there. You know what I'm saying? That you can have a little understanding and fear Yahawashi, which fearing Yahawashi is getting your ass out there, even though you have a little bit of understanding. So you good. You better off than somebody who got much understanding but transgress the law of Yahawashi. You really better of a servant than someone who been out there for 10, 15 years putting in work, but ultimately on the low they doing all type of wickedness. Like you fear Yahawashi, and you got a little bit of understanding. That make you a better servant of somebody who has much understanding and experience, but they don't necessarily show their fear of Yahawashi through their actions and how they living. So that that show you right there. You can have a little bit of understanding, but and fear Yahawashi and be a great servant. Be an excellent teacher. Because Yahawashi not requiring no extra stuff. All the theatrics.
That's right. Come on, bro.
Let me get this. Okay, this Exodus chapter 4 and verse. Let me start it. I'm gonna start at 8. Oh yeah, the water, bro. This Exodus chapter 4 verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river and pour it upon the dry land. And the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land. And Moses said unto the Lord, Yahawah, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue." So that Moses was saying, like, I ain't eloquent, he had a so-called speech impediment, like he wasn't great with his tongue, like he couldn't really express what he wanted to say like that. But what Yahawashi said, he wouldn't be what you would consider as a great teacher. But what Yahawashi say to him? "And the Lord Yahawashi said unto him, Who made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb or deaf, or the seeing or the blind? Have I the Lord Yahawashi? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth and teach thee what thou shalt say." So ultimately, Yahawashi, he gonna put the words in your mouth what to teach. And on top of that, he's gonna send you somebody directly to hear just your words and understand it. He said he made the blind and the deaf. So Yahawashi, he's not gonna put nobody in front of you that you can't teach ultimately. You know, and then on top of that,
Mhm.
he's gonna give you the words to say to teach. You know, because Yahawashi, he's in control of everything ultimately, so you don't have to worry about none of that other stuff. You just do what Yahawashi commanded you to do, and he'll take care of everything else. You know, that's all we have to do. You know.
Beautiful example. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking about Moses here. We talking about the man who wrote the Torah. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? From Genesis to you know, basically the whole law, 613 commandments. That's
Time, bro.
Moses, man.
Yeah.
He spoke into the children of Israel. All right, the law, man.
Right.
And this is the same man who had so-called speech impediment.
Right, bro.
You know, so you know what I'm saying. A lot of brothers, man. You know, me myself, I'm not like I tell brothers like I don't think I'm the best speaker. You know what I'm saying? But that's something. Ultimately, hey, man, if you were called, you know what I'm saying, just use what you have, man.
Right,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying. You could, hey, if it be the Lord's will, pray on particular things, man. If you want to grow closer, you know what I'm saying. If you want to
get
get
that
better,
real quick. You got some?
I had something. But
Okay,
nah,
yeah, bring out what you got real quick. What you got?
This is it's quick. It's Matthew 22 and 14. It says, "For many are called, but few are chosen."
Con.
So you were called in this thing, man. But you know that don't mean that you chosen. You know that means that's where fear comes in, man. You don't know if you chosen. So if you're doing particular things that's showing that, all right, you know what I'm saying. Like I know I'm an Israelite, but you know I don't know if I know enough. Like, all right, hey man, we already brought out the sluggard, man. You know what I'm saying. You don't wanna be slothful. You don't wanna be lazy. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait, man. You want to get out there before it's too late, man.
Right, bro.
You being lazy if you know you're not trying to
Continue to abound and grow in your studiousness. You know, if that's the right word, and being studious to be able to go teach. You know,
Right.
like that's
Ultimately.
yeah,
No,
right.
good.
Which,
Ultimately, I was just gonna say, ultimately, you don't want to make excuses out here, man. You don't want to say, oh yeah, you know, I need to learn like the 12 tribe breakdown, how each tribe, you know, correlates. Like that's why this thing comes into faith, man. If you don't have faith in what you know, then you know what I'm saying. You just want to make excuses now. You want to wait. There's always gonna be something that you could learn a new breakdown. You know, along the process. I mean, you know, I've been doing this thing for not too long, probably you know, going on 2 years. But you know what I'm saying? I'll learn a lot along the way. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Hey man, you want to start now, man. If you know you're an Israelite, man, if you just go ahead and buy a sign, you know what I'm saying? That's important to get that stick. We could get that in Ezekiel 37. But that stick, man, you know that's really the only sign that you really need. You know what I'm saying? But other signs would be helpful. But get that sign, the 12 tribe sign, and just let our people know, man. You know what I'm saying? That was the point.
I got this in or if you can't even afford the 12 trap sign, get you a
Write it down on
a poster board is just right on there.
Poster
You know what I'm
board,
saying?
con.
Yeah, dollar poster board. Get you a marker for $1. You know, that's $2-3 poster board, and write it on there and take it out there with you. You know, get you. You know, you can't get you the greatest garment. You know, $20 at Walmart. You go get you some fabric. You know what I'm saying? Get you some scissors, a border of blue ribbon. You know, and some fringes and some glue. All for like $20 to $25. You know what I'm saying? And look into how to do it. It's a simple thing too. You could do it yourself. You know, like it don't take a lot. You know, it's all you need: a garment, sackcloth. You know, and that stick, like the brother was saying. You know, and a few breakdowns, bro. You know, like you know, it's just simpleness. You know, you ain't got to go out there trying to, mastermind, man. You know, just each week you just keep growing, gather more to your arsenal. You know,
Come on, bro. And through the spirit, that's just how Most High is dealing with you, man. If you out there on the streets, you know what I'm saying. He gonna send some people your way that you know what I'm saying. It might be just according to your knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it just said in Exodus the 4th chapter about like how he made the blind and the deaf. You know, so ultimately he gonna send you those just for you. You know, according to you. You know, Yahawashi outside. He's not gonna give you more than you can handle. 1 Corinthians the 10th chapter. You know.
I had for 2 Corinthians 12.
Oh, okay, I just want to get this real quick, brother. This James 1:4, just to back up what you were saying about and you know, if you do feel like you lacking wisdom, you know,
just pray to the Lord. Really, ultimately, you know, if you feel like you want to be a better teacher, you know, you feel like you need to know more, just pray to the Lord, have faith. He'll give you that, you know. This I'm gonna start at 4 though. This James chapter 1 verse 4 says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." You know, and a part of that patience is waiting till you grow. You know, because I'm pretty sure you could attest to that. Like, you still feel like it's a long way you can go to be a better teacher. Like me definitely. I know I can. You know, like I still feel like it's a lot more I don't know and I need to know. You know, but you know, I'm just being patient. You know, I'm letting patience have a perfect work. You know, so eventually I won't be wanting nothing. You know, and ultimately that goes into us receiving the kingdom of heaven. You know, because right now we don't necessarily know everything and completely in this world's terms perfect. Even though we are perfect through our imperfections, this was make us perfect. Even when we teaching, we're not. You know what I'm saying? Not, so to speak, being the greatest teacher, you know? But eventually, you know, we're going to receive the kingdom of heaven because we gave everything we got without having, so to speak, everything, you know? So and that's being patient, because we know that we're going to never get it fully on this side, but ultimately, through us using what we got on this side, is going to lead to us, you know, having the kingdom of heaven and not wanting nothing. You know, the laws, statutes, commandments going to be written on our inward parts from that point, you know. We ain't want to have to worry about no wisdom or knowledge or teach. You know, it says he shall teach no man his neighbor, you know. But this verse 5, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahawah that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. You know, so, you know, the Heavenly Father ain't going to upbraid you. You know, like, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a greater teacher or know more so I can do your work. He ain't gonna be like, nah, you can't. I'm not doing that for you. You know, like what the hell? He'll give it to you, man. You know, it says let him ask Yahawashi who give liberally. You know, he don't got no problem doing that. It says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. You know, so you just gotta have faith in it. You know, and don't be wavering. Like, look, I'm gonna ask the Lord. I'm gonna believe the Lord gonna give it to me. I'm gonna put in the work with the faith to show that I do believe. So you're gonna study, you know, you're gonna do what it takes, you know, to become a better teacher, you know. And it says, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. It says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Yahawashi. So ultimately, you know, you're not showing faith and not putting in the works to justify your faith. You know, don't think that the Lord you're gonna become a better teacher if you're not truly believing that He'll give you the wisdom to be a better teacher. You know, and you're not putting in the work to justify your faith that you believe He gonna grow you. You know, you gotta put all the pieces together with it. You know.
Come on, bro. Come on. This is 2 Corinthians.
Oh yeah, I got you.
2 Corinthians 13.
God.
And 2 Corinthians 13:5, it says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves, know ye not your own selves how Yahawashi Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? You want to examine yourself when it comes to having the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. But it says here to examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. So the real question is, you know, it's not really do I know enough to teach. It's do I have enough faith to teach, man? Do I have enough faith to actually get out there, man? Be made a spectacle, which you could get that because being an apostle, that's the call out, man. You wanna call out, man. You know what I'm saying? Do you have enough fear, man? Do you have enough faith, you know, to really get out there, man? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be something.
Well, apostle sent forth too.
Sent forth,
bro. You know, so pretty much same concept. Yeah. You know, but that's pretty much the same concept though. You know,
a lot of calm. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, you got enough faith, man. So you wanna examine, you know, your knowledge and wisdom to just make sure you come in correct, but you want to make sure you got enough faith. You know what I'm saying? You want to examine yourself, like, all right, am I just scared?
Right.
am I just slothful? You
Yeah,
know what I'm
right,
saying? Am I
right.
just faint-hearted?
Right, bro.
Do I just lack faith?
Right,
Because if
bro.
that's the case, hey man, just go out there and be in the world, man. Don't even, you know what I'm saying? This thing ain't for no, this thing ain't no fad of just some fashion statement, throwing fringes on, saying Shalawam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't care about that, man. We don't care about no brothers. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you part of the elect, that's what we care about.
Right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, bro.
We don't care about no lukewarm niggas, man.
Bro. Yep. Let's get this. This Daniel 12 and verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn to many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. So it's actually somebody out here who gonna turn many to righteousness. Who is that? That's the teachers, apostles, the prophets, the evangelists of Yahawashi, you know, which they're all synonymous with each other. You know, apostles, teachers, prophets, evangelists. It's pretty much all one and the same. You know,
church.
It's all one and the same. You know, so and that's those who are turning many to righteousness. You know, in the stars, because another semblance for Israelites is stars, you know. And it says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And that's what time we in right now. Knowledge is being increased on a mass level. So ultimately, you can get on the internet and learn any breakdown you want. You know, any breakdown you want, any time of the day. You know, and you can study at your pace and your and your according to your schedule.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Your leisure.
Right. And it's any like knowledge is increased on a maximum level, you know? Like it's not one breakdown that you can't look for on the internet, bro. You know. Even you got even other Israelite camps, you know, breaking stuff down, you know, even though we know all camps don't, you know, they got some of them got perverse breakdowns, but you know, ultimately you can find what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like it's knowledge is increased, you know, to a maximum level, you know. So it's really no excuse for you not to be able to get on a level quick to teach, you know. Let me get I'm saying.
Yeah, just to kind of add, because it's like this is synonymous with the prophecies. The fact that our knowledge is increasing, the gospel is being preached throughout the whole earth. You know, this is synonymous to the end coming. So we know this is it, man. If you ain't getting right, if you ain't partaking, all right, in the prophecies, if you're not on the right side of prophecies, then you're gonna be on the wrong side of prophecy, man. You're gonna get destroyed, man.
Bro. I just want to bring this out real quick, bro, and then you know I think I got a few more, and then you know whatever you got. This Isaiah 11 verse 1, it says, and there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Talking about Yahawashi. And the spirit of the Lord Yahawah shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord Yahawah. And so this speaking about Yahawashi, which the body of Yahawashi, which is the teachers, apostles, evangelists, you know, the prophets, they make up Yahawashi on this earth right here. You know, so ultimately, if you are looking to be a teacher of Yahawashi, you are a representative of Yahawashi, which you have all these things resting upon you: wisdom, understanding, counsel, you know, the spirit of knowledge, you know, all those things are on you, you know. If you consider yourself to be a teacher, you know, so you already got what it takes to be a teacher, you know. Verse 3, it says, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord Yahawashi, you know. And I can attest to that, bro. You know, like I was like, you know, learning this quick, you know, not bragging or nothing, you know, just through the spirit and power of qadash. He put the spirit on me to be able to understand these scriptures quick, bro. It didn't take no long time, bro. You know, it didn't take me like really immediately, you know, like on like the first week I was already like on a level type, you know, like on a level enough to understand it, you know. So, and that's what Yahawashi said. He gonna
make you of a quick understanding, in the fear of the Lord, Yahawashi, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. Which just going into them ICBM Salakia, those laser beams that's gonna come from the chariots, but you can apply that also to this word, man. All right, because isn't this word like a fire, like we was bringing out last week? You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, the word of Yahawashi is like fire. The spirit of the Lord is a consuming fire, man. So ultimately, this is how this what you're doing through this is supposed to be you, pretty much. You're made of a quick understanding, and it says, you're gonna reprove. Basically, whatever you got, what Yahawashi give you is enough to, smite the earth, reprove the meek, like it's enough to do the job,
That's a spirit, because the precept I was about to bring out, just land back, but just to add what you were saying, because it's like, you got brothers who, they say, oh, ain't no camps around me, so, you know what I'm saying? That ain't no excuse, man, because, the brother right here, Tazakah, man, he's a powerful example. He went out there on his own, man. He ain't had nobody when he first started, man. So there's no excuse. You could go out there. Of course, if you can find brothers, then that's definitely ideal. You know what I'm saying? But it might be a lot just to go out there and you could start the camp. You know what I'm saying? You could be that camp out there, man. You could be out there giving the living waters. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, if it be the Lord's will, then he'll send brothers, all right, to help out with the ministry.
All right, brother.
But this is 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and 9. It says, and he said unto me, this is our Lord Yahawashi speaking. This is in 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. It says, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. My strength is made perfect in weakness. All right, just to read the rest of it. It says, most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. You know what I'm saying? So just as brothers is bringing out, man, whatever he gave you, man, you know what I'm saying? If it comes down to you being on your own, then hey, that's a powerful thing. If that be the Lord's will to that's all that should strengthen you. Just the fact that the Most High is using you as a vessel to wake up brothers out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're scared or whatever in the carnal, hey man, just having that faith, having that fear, that alone is showing the strength of Yahawashi, man.
And that's a good indicator to let you know that you could definitely be a part of the elect, because the smaller the number is, like you could be one out of your whole city, you could be one of the only few people out of your whole city who Yahawashi is actually gonna deliver. So, just to get this real quick, prove that. It's Jeremiah chapter 3. Ooh, let me start at let me read 15, bro. Let me read Salakia. I start at 14, because I want I'm gonna read 15 too. Just the point at 14 though. It says, turn, O black sliding children, said the Lord Yahawashi, for I am married unto you. Which the brother went into open up the lesson, about the marriage, It says, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion, So like what the brother was saying, about one brother, really that's prophecy. It said he will take you one of a city and two of a family to bring you to Zion, so that's a good indicator, like, bro, you could you might be a for real deal part of the elect, it's a great chance you a part of the elect, even if you by yourself teaching, It says
that shit right there.
no.
It says verse 15, it says, Salakia, brothers, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So Yahawashi said he's gonna give you pastors according to his heart, according to his mind, which will feed you with knowledge and understanding. So ultimately, if you thinking about getting out there and teaching, but or you don't feel like you know enough, ultimately Yahawashi, he chose you regardless, to do it.
like you, Jeremiah. In Jeremiah, the first chapter, he said, I can't speak because I am a child. You know, but Yahawashi said, say not I am a child, you know, for I have ordained thee to be a prophet. So ultimately, Yahawashi, it don't matter about, you know, your great elegance or, you know, whatever you fit or your great level of knowledge. Yahawashi gonna put you out there if he want to put you out there, you know.
Con. This is one I was going to bring out. This is in the Sirach, the book of Sirach and Apocrypha, chapter 20, and verse 22. It says, "There is that destroyeth his own soul through bashfulness, and by accepting of persons overthroweth himself."
Hold on one second. Let me grab that real quick. You said 20 and 22?
Con, bro.
All right, select.
It says, "There is that destroyeth his own soul through bashfulness, and by accepting of persons overthroweth himself." Just to get 23, it says, "There is that for bashfulness promiseth to his friend, and maketh him his enemy for nothing." You know, and you know that word friend, that's a brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Being a man of the Lord, you know, this particular thing's in the Lord. You have to, I actually was holding that, you know, talking about rebuking a brother, man, letting him know, not suffering sin upon him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not doing that, then you basically hating a brother, man. If you ain't, if you see, you know what I'm saying, people going off, you see the way of this world, then if you really love your people, then you got to get out there and rebuke the people that's basically going off, living a life of sin, man. You know what I'm saying? They might have not heard. I mean, at this time, you know, majority of people, they've heard about the Israelites. That's why you need to you need to get on this thing before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it might be particular people, man. You know what I'm saying, that haven't heard this thing. That's why we need laborers, man. We need people to push this prophecy, man, so we can get delivered out of this place.
That's right, brother. That's right. You got that Matthew 9, or you got something else?
Yeah, I had Matthew 9 and I had Leviticus 19, just to, I guess, blend
Okay,
back.
yeah, you agree.
Leviticus 19 and 17, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart." It says, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." You know, and that's this. This is what we're talking about. This is our neighbor. You know, the neighbor. That's children. All right, the children of our people, man. The children actually brings it down in verse 18. It says, "Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord Yahawah." You know, so that's basically what we need to be doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting out there in houses and bowers. That's what we're doing. I mean, it could sound harsh to particular people, but hey, man, this is part of it, man. This is a rebuke, man. It's chastening, man. It's fire. You know what I'm saying? This word is fire, man. It says the word is sharper than any two-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Piercing the spirit, man. So it's not gonna be something that people ain't gonna glorify what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be scoffers, man. If you get out there on your own, hey, man, you might run into like a scoffer that's just, you know, like a Muslim that's just, you know what I'm saying, talking about something like, nah, man, that's the white man's book. You might go through particular things, but that's all part of it, man. That's all part of the chastening, man, and that's gonna help grow you in the faith, man. Just knowing how destroyed our people are, and you mark them and you move on. You know what I'm saying? You can't let, you know what I'm saying, these scoffers stop us. That's part of the prophecies. Last days there will be scoffers, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to let yourself, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be scared to go out there for hurting people's feelings either, man. You don't be bashful, because that's at the end of the day, that's you know what I'm saying. Like I bring out the example, if you're on a date with a girl and she got something in her teeth, you ain't let her know there's something in her teeth. Then like, damn, like you making her look bad. Like you ain't no real friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you're supposed to let them know, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you got something in your teeth. You know, that's just
Right.
example.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, that's what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying. The scriptures say the cry loud, spare not, man. So we spare not their feelings, you spare not your feelings, man.
That's right, bro. You know, and shit, you like Matthew the 7th chapter tell you about how, you know, you tell your brother to pull the mold out your eye, you know, they eye, and you don't pull the mold out your own eye. So ultimately, you know, you got to check yourself all the time too. You got to teach your own damn self. You know, like Apostle Gabar always say, you know, the greatest teacher teaches himself. You know, a real teacher teaches himself. You know, just along them lines. You know, and that's real, and that's a great saying, and that's a beautiful, wise saying. You know, because the greatest teacher teaches himself first. You know, and you know, and that's so you teach yourself, you can go teach others. You know, so you should, if you're not teaching yourself, then
Of course you ain't gonna never be ready to be a teacher because you ain't even teach your own damn self, you know?
Come on, bro.
You had something else?
I got Matthew 9. That's
Okay,
really about it.
all right, yeah. I want to get that Matthew 20 and end off on that. But we can
Okay,
yeah, we can get 9 first. Where it said
37.
37 kind. This Matthew chapter 9 and verse 37. It says, "Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few."
Come on, you know what I'm saying? The harvest is plenteous, man. It's a lot of work to be done out here, man. You know, and it's a lot of work that's going out. People are pushing the truth. Like we brought out in camp yesterday, 24/7. This brother's out here pushing videos, out there, you know, camping. You know what I'm saying? Every day of the week, for the most part. You know,
bro, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? The harvest is plenteous. That's the reason why the laborers are doing this much work, man. You know, and we need more laborers, man.
Right, most definitely. Because even with all the brothers that's doing videos, and you know all the videos that's going up and all the camps that's over, that's still like a like number. You know, like through the spirit, I was saying like even all the like the main camps all together, you know, it probably still don't make up 144,000 men who are doing his work. You know, so you know that's like so it lets you know like it's still the laborers are few. You know what I'm saying? Not even 144,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Like probably, you know what I'm saying? I'm just making an estimation. You know,
Right.
like an educated guess, so to speak. They're saying in this world, but like just like a brief. I mean, I know for a fact out of Great Millstone, it ain't 144, nowhere near 144,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those who follow after the same doctrine as Great Millstone, all together, I know they don't make up 144. And you can even include some of the other camps with that, and they still don't make up 144. You know, so the laborers are few. You know,
come on, bro. That's why you know what I'm saying? Anyone, Lord willing, anyone who's listening, who's not out there, man, we need you out there, man. Like this is part of the prophecies, man. That we trying to further the prophecies so that way we can get out of here, man.
Let me read 38. Select.
Yep.
Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. You know.
You got it.
Yeah, yeah. So like the brother was saying, you know, like we need brothers out here, man. You know, we actually pray for this, you know, that more brothers can come in. Cause why? Cause once this word goes out, you know, and the elect is sealed, we can get the fuck out of here, you know. So, you know, like the brother said, we need laborers, man. You know, we need laborers, man. You know, and plus ultimately, you know, we want to make it, of course, but we want our brothers to make it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sincere brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just see your people get knocked off, you know, but you know it's for their own good, you know. But like if you got a chance, you know, you would want your brother to make it too, you know. So, you know, of course, you know, we exhort each other to labor so we can all make it together, you know. Those, you know, the chosen, Lord willing, we a part of that number, you know. They say give diligence to make that calling and election sure, you know.
That's right.
So that's how you make sure you make it, you know. But yeah, that's it. We can, unless you got something else, brother?
Nah, that was it.
Okay, we can end off on this Matthew 20. Okay, yeah, we can just start from the top.
Matthew 21.
Yeah, kind.
It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is likened to a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard." It says, "And when he had agreed with laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard."
Kind. And the penny is the kingdom of heaven, you know.
It says, "And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in a marketplace.
Right.
And said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all day idle?"
Right, so he got people in the 3rd hour, the 6th hour, and the 9th hour, you know what I'm saying? And then he went out to in the 11th hour, you know, and he still found people idle, you know.
He said, why y'all standing here idle, you know? So
even you can be in your mind like, oh, because we in semblance, this will be like the 11th hour. Because we in the very, very end. You know, it's obvious this the end. So you'd be like, damn, ain't no point in me to get out here now and teach, you know what I'm saying? Like, the time running out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the Lord he don't care about me getting out here this last little minute. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna put me in the game in the last few seconds and like that's gonna help or something, you know? No, Yahawashi said, why you stand here idle? Like, even in that last hour, you know, them last minutes, you know?
Mm-hmm. Let me keep reading.
Yeah, come on, brother, yeah.
Verse 7, it says, they say unto him, because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that ye shall receive.
Yeah, he said, whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So ultimately, you know, what was right was the penny, which he promised to the those who came in the 3rd, the 6th, and the 9th. So ultimately, you can have been like came in years before, but you could come in at that last minute and still get that penny just like the other ones. Where it's gonna go into it.
Kind of. It says, verse 8, it says, so when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first.
Ooh, beginning from the last to the first. Many of the first will be last. You know what I'm saying? So that's heavy. You know, that's real heavy right there too. So you got a lot of brothers who come in at the last minute. You know, you don't know who the hell you are in the reincarnation, man. You don't know what Yahawashi, you know, think of you. You know, but you thinking like, man, I'm just a low level nigga who just coming in this faith at the end, you know, like he don't value as much as me as these other brothers who've been laboring, you know, like hell no. I said give the laborers theirs from the last until the first, you know. So it lets you know he not laboring anybody more than somebody else, you know.
That's right.
I mean, valuing any laborers more than another just because they of their experience, so to speak. That don't matter, you know.
God, it reminds me of that was it the prodigal son when he came back after, and then the brothers was looking at him like, man, what, you know what I'm saying? He was here the whole time. Why you treat him like that? You know what I'm saying? Because he came back. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I'm not familiar.
I know, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
But it's kind of it's similar to basically being grafted in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you getting grafted in. The Gentiles being grafted in. They didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And now you wake up and now you grafted in. You know what I'm saying?
God, brother. God.
But we continue at 9 or 10.
Yeah, read 9. Yeah.
It says, and when they came that they were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny.
Right. So that's pretty much the point. You know what I'm saying? We could keep reading on that parable, but you know that's the point though.
Right.
You know.
Probably jump down to 16. Just
okay,
kind
cool.
of quoted it.
Con.
Verse 16 it says, so the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen.
That's it. You break down, Kapar.
Con. So, you know what I'm saying? You waking up at this time. This is a hot time, man, and it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, you kind of, it's a kind of a good thing that, you know what I'm saying, in a sense that like you didn't have to labor as many years. This brother's who's been laboring 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll have the same penny, all right, as you. Lord willing, you be one of those
right.
men.
Yeah. God.
You know.
And they keep you humble too. You know what I'm saying? And meek. You know what I'm saying? Which we know that's what the Heavenly Father is accepting. Matthew the 5th chapter, like blessed are the meek, you know, and the humble, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, you know.
Come on, bro. So hey, your labor is much needed, man. Any brother who might, you know, subscribe, you know, to this truth, like I said, if you know that you're an Israelite, man, if you know the 12 tribes are consist of the Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. If you understand, you know, the Israelite foreigners, you know. If you understand Esau, you know, the prophecies that's coming to pass, the time that we're living in, man, you know, then, hey, you know enough to get out there on highways and byways, man. And of course, if there's anything you lack, like we already brought out in James, the 1st chapter, you know, pray for that wisdom, you know, and then continue to examine yourself to continue to grow, man, because we all growing in this thing, man. You know, ultimately, we all on the same page, like we bringing out in this chapter, man. So we, you know what I'm saying? Don't think that, you know what I'm saying, that your labor isn't important. You know what I'm saying? We need everybody, man.
Yeah,
But,
that's
yeah,
right,
that was
brother.
it.
That's right, brother. Dog, yeah. You get Isaiah 65 real quick, because I missed that one. So, like, I meant to bring it out early, but
Come.
since I seen, might as well bring it about. Bring it
Yeah.
out. But yeah. Good.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, and verse 5. It says,
Salakia.
oh, you into
I hit the wrong button. Okay.
Isaiah 6 and 5 says, Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord Yahawah of hosts.
Yeah, this is Isaiah, the prophet. The prophet Isaiah said the same thing. Like, you know, because that's another reason you could feel like, oh, my mouth is unclean. You know, like I'm too dirty to be doing teaching. You know, like, you know, I can't. You know, I man, this same mouth I was committing fornication with. You know, speaking blasphemies and praising false gods with. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Con,
Read 6. Read 6 and 7, Baba Kasha.
verse 6, it says, Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar.
That's the altar in the heavens. You know.
It says, And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged.
And that proves that the angels work on your mind to give you the ability to teach anyway. You know, and you know, cleanse your mouth to be able to teach anyway. You know, so you know that you really don't have no excuses out here. You know, we pretty much covered every angle you could say about if you know enough to teach. You know, or can you teach? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much every angle you can come at it with. You know, like it's Yahawashi Mashai. He got everything covered. You know, you can't supplant Yahawashi Mashai. Ultimately, you know,
That's right.
You can teach. You know enough to teach.
That's
you know?
that's what I was gonna say. That the answer is yes. You know enough to teach. If you're listening, if you hear what we bringing out, you know what I'm saying, particular things that you know, then you do know enough to teach, man.
Right, bro. Yep. So that's it. You know. Anything else to add, brother?
That was it.
Okay, Khan. So yeah, with that, we want to give our praises to
Yahawah,
bahasham,
Yahawashi,
bahasham,
qadash.
double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David. Shalawam to the elect.
Shalawam.